Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. Here we are with our mini-series to the Jool system. And I'm kind of noticing that we have like a slight inclination over Jool, but I'm realizing that actually might help us because Bop is in a similar raised inclination and so is Pole. They both have that kind of upwards inclination, and the one we have now actually will help us a little bit for lining up those two probes to go out to these two moons. The only thing that's a little worrisome to me is that we're not perfectly circular, and basically what this means is that we might have to try to aim for somewhere along this side because we're not perfectly circular. Now I could try to circularize even more, but I'm just worried about running out of fuel. It cost us like 600 meters per second just to get it out to where it is now. So I'm a little worried about spending too much fuel pushing that periapsis out a little more. I might do it just a little bit more just to see how we go. Or I might just, say forget it and see what happens. But let's just see how we're doing here. Yeah, we have 2,953 meters per second left. I just would like to perform a test and just see how much fuel it costs to get back home, because I haven't really run this kind of test before. So we have to burn on the lighter side of Jool. We'd have to burn somewhere over here, I would gather. Hopefully avoid all these moons. That's going to be the trick, isn't it? Oh wow, we don't even have to go nearly that far. I went way too far. Wow, we don't have to go nearly that much. Thank goodness. I'm sitting here like, oh god, we screwed up. Oh, okay. So to get back to Kerbin again, actually we could probably do even better than that. If we do something like this. Yep. Or maybe... So it looked like it was maybe better actually the other way, but all in all, it's going to only cost about 2,000, so we got 2,900. So as long as we keep, as long as we don't do too many more maneuvers, we should be okay to get back home again. What I might do, though, just for the sake of argument, I'm going to take the fuel from this tank up here, and I'm going to dump it into this tank down here, just to give us a better indication of how much fuel we actually have. Oh, we're gonna be fine. 3,900 meters per second. So we could essentially spend 1,000 of that, and I'd feel okay about it. Yeah, I think this is gonna be okay. I think we're alright. So what I might do then is definitely try to push this thing out just a little more. I don't want to spend too much fuel doing it. Maybe 300 meters per second more. I'd feel a little better if it was more like that. It'll make hitting these moons a little easier, so we won't have to swivel around or just swing around a little bit. I always get worried time warping around the Jool system. You just never know when you might accidentally hit too close, and even though it doesn't say we have any encounters, sometimes the game will be confused and it'll think you have an encounter if you're warping too fast, and that's when you get slingshotted out of the system. So there we go. I'm just going to make this 1 minute burn here just to circularize a little better. I'd feel a little better about myself. That was actually worrying me. Like, it's been about a day since I recorded the last episode, and honestly I was walking around thinking, man, is that Jool orbit circular enough? I don't know. That's how you know you're dedicated to your Let's Play channel. You're thinking about it when you're not even playing it or doing it. Alright, we're almost there. That'll do us. I feel a little bit better about that now. Okay. Go back to regular time warp here. There, it's a little more circular. So, let's just go ahead and without further ado, let's disconnect these probies here and see if we can get them out into the open. Now I'm going to pull the solar panels in just in case something awful happens and one of them accidentally hits it. So let's go ahead and undock this one, and we'll undock this one too. And I'll just get my RCS out. And I'm just going to move away from it by bursting up like that. Forward just a little bit. Or bursting down, rather. These things are moving up. Just to get them out of our way. I don't want them crashing into us by accident. That's a cool shot right there with Lathe in the background and the two probes separating. Beautiful. Okay, let's just tab over to them now and press the 2 key. Get their solar panels out. One more time, we'll get this craft solar panels out again, and once more over here. Excellent. Our 2 little probies, they're ready for action here. Great. Alright, let's just do a little test. We'll get out of chase mode. There we go. So we are good to go. Probes are fully charged up, they're working, everything's working great. And let's activate the 2 engines first. Good, good, good. Alright. So let's try to get this first probe. I guess we'll go to BOP first. Set that as the target. The other ship should be fine. These guys will be alright. They're in a stable orbit. Their solar panels are out. I think they'll be okay. Okay, now BOP is very, very inclined. It's 10 degrees off our mark. That's the ascending node, so we are going to have to match it up right about there. Maybe a little further. Maybe a little further. Nope. Back this way a little bit. 0.03. We'll do something like that first, and then we will correct it just a little further. So, oh, this thing is this thing moves very quickly. Okay. Unfortunately, the ship is right below us. Hopefully, it'll kind of drift away. Yeah, that's fine. And that's going to drift that way a little bit. That's fine. I kind of want them to float away from each other. Whee, goodbye. It's a little scary. It's like, oh god, I'm saying goodbye to them, but they're going to be just fine. Their solar panels are out, and they're in stable orbits, so I'm not too worried about it. Just curious, wonder how long this burn's going to take. Hopefully not too much. Don't want to run out of fuel. Okay, so let's just try it. Oh, only 30 seconds. That's not too bad. That's why I packed this extra fuel, because I know it's going to take a little extra just to fix inclinations and get out there, because these moons are far. These are far from us. We've already blown right by these guys. Okay, so we use about half of the fuel in those tanks, but that's alright. Just setting note still 0.3. What I'm going to do is just come over here and just try to make it 0, which is right about there. Okay, and then we can try to aim for it. It's still a little bit oblong, but it's definitely better than it was before. So let's go ahead and get over there. We've basically pushed our apoapsis out too. Hopefully that doesn't really affect things too much. Okay, let's just finish it off. We'll point at the node. That'll do us. There, we are zeroed out. Very good. So we have matched inclinations with BOP very, very well. Very perfectly. Let's just take another screenshot. That's pretty cool. Alright. So BOP is our target. Let's see. Now, I'm not sure where to aim for. Let's just try something like this. So we're going to miss it. So we're going to have to go a little bit further this way. Still gonna miss it a little bit. Because we're not perfectly circular. Well, now we're gonna pass it that way. It's very tedious, this is, it seems like. So now we're behind it, but if we move it forward, let's just move the these reticles a little bit. Yep, still not quite there. Still behind it in this category. Almost there. It's very, very tedious. I mean, that looks like we're right on top of it, doesn't it? I mean, our inclination is zeroed out. It still looks like we're not quite zeroed. Oh, 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 oh. Aha. So there's a bop periapsis right there. I think we'll take it. It's going to be a bit of a burn, but I think we have enough to do it. Hopefully. Hopefully we do. Basically, we're burning right at the target, according to this thing. Pointing straight that way, and it's going to... Luckily, we don't get any slingshots from any of the moons. That would just really mess things up. The node is in 2 hours. It's going to take 51 seconds. So we'll burn it about 25 seconds. That makes sense, right? 25 and 25 is 50. There's our other ships moving around together. Hopefully they're far enough away and they're not going to crash into each other. Excuse me. Alright. Coming up on our maneuver here. 5 seconds away. And ignite. Pushing our little probe. Hopefully this fuel lasts. It looks like it may not. We'll have to cut it off. Which means we'll lose a bit of thrust. Yeah, looks like we'll lose a bit of thrust. That's okay. There they go. And we basically got a nice full tank here to finish it off. I don't know what our solar panels are doing. They're acting a little funny right now. Almost there. Oh. Hey, alright. Bop encounter. Bop periapsis 5,000. Okay, I think we'll do that. Hopefully we'd have enough fuel to slow down and land. I don't know. Oh boy, I don't know. You know, if I... Turns out we don't have enough fuel to slow down. We might just have to get a stable orbit around it and get the science from the orbit around it. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Like I said, I've never done this before, so it's possible that I've vastly underestimated the amount of fuel it takes to get out there. If that's the case, that is unfortunate, but we'll have to live with it. This Bop should be around here somewhere. To tell you the truth, I've never actually landed on Bop or Pole, but I've landed on Lathe, Vol, and Tylo. So this is going to be new for all of us, I guess. Luckily we are slowing down as we get away from Jool. It's a good thing. Speed things along a little bit. Basically pointing right at it now. Still... Oh, there it is right there. That little brown thing. That's Bop. Hello, Bop. Good to see you. Now let's just test something here. We are gonna hit it at about 5,000 meters. That's a little rough, isn't it? That makes it worse. That makes it better. Let's do that burn. Take about 2 seconds. You can just watch it. 3, 2, 1. Just getting the periapsis down. 59. Let's get it down to like, if we'll try 49, I guess. Bop is so tiny again that, you know, any little tiny bits of fuel will make a big difference, except for slowing down. That's the one thing I'm worried about. I'm worried about slowing down, hoping that we can slow down enough. We have enough fuel to slow down and land on the moon. I think we will, because it's tiny. It's just teeny tiny. Fingers are crossed. I hope yours are too. Send me some good vibes here from YouTube land. I need them. I need those good vibes. Yeah, we are lined up very well with the inclination there. Let's see if we can see a little better. Yeah, it's right in front of us. There she comes. What I think I'll do is I'll get a temperature scan from around it, and then when I land on it, I'll get the other two little science modules. Just so it fulfills the contract. Orbit, science, land, science. There she comes. We're gonna meet the Kraken today. Maybe. Okay. There we have it. Let's place our maneuver node. We are going 550. We probably have to slow this down a lot. It's not too bad, all things considered. I'll take that. I'll take that deal. Okay. Only 480 meters per second, which is... it's going to be... but we're going to have about 25% of the fuel left, I think. That's my guess anyways, but I think we'll be just fine because this thing is so light. Wow, look at how small Jool is. Good, our other things are still alive. I always get paranoid if I leave them that they will like accidentally get an encounter while I'm not looking and just bad things will happen. It's gonna take 21 seconds. Let's get in there. We'll burn at about 10 seconds, 10.5 seconds. Sun is powering up our solar cells here just fine. The 3 science things. Ooh, here she comes. Yes, there's Bop. There is Bop. Hail Bop. Hail Bop the Comet. I wonder if that's named after that. Could be. And there's my cell phone. Alright. Here comes our burn in about 10 seconds. Now. Slowing ourselves down so that we can achieve stable orbit. Fuel situation looks okay. Not too worried. Alright, we have achieved the orbit around Bop, says the game. We get 60,000 credits for that. Excellent. Excelente. Now I wonder, this is probably high Bop orbit. Let's just do a test. Oh, you can't do the temperature scan right now. You gotta be joking me. Alright, I guess we'll do the gravity one then, huh? Yep. So we will... Orbiting Bop allows for scans of the varied surface. Interesting stuff. Yeah, interesting stuff indeed. Let's send it back just so we can get the contract, or part of the contract for that. Sending. Sending. There. Contract part 2. We cover data from space around Bop. Very good. All we have to do is land on it, boys and girls. Let's see. Where's the Kraken? Kraken, I think, is there, but it's in the dark side. Let's see if we can maybe rotate this thing around until it gets on the lighter side. That might take a while, though. Yes, that'll probably take a while. Now, this thing is in a stable orbit. I might just actually leave it for now. Let's check out the other craft. In fact, yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it for here because I think it's about time. So next episode, I'm going to attempt to get this thing down on the surface of Bop and hopefully try to get it where the Kraken is, and then we'll try to attempt to get the other probe to Pole, which is a little bit farther. So again, it's going to be close with the fuel, but luckily the one grace we have going for us is that Pole is not nearly as inclined. We don't have to spend barely any fuel fixing the inclination to get to Pole. All we have to do is get out there. So that's something to look forward to in the next episode of Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for watching, everybody.